Debt can be a sneaky little monster. One minute you're living your best life, spending money on the things you love, and the next thing you know, you're buried under a pile of bills and interest rates that are slowly suffocating you. But don't worry, my friend, because I'm here to help you avoid falling into the debt trap and keep your finances in check. In this video, we'll explore how to avoid the debt trap and achieve financial freedom. Welcome to Financial Dose. If you found this video helpful and would like to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when we post new videos and you'll never miss an update on our journey to financial freedom. So hit that subscribe button and join us on our mission to improve your personal finance. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted as soon as new videos are uploaded. Understand the debt trap. The debt trap occurs when debt becomes overwhelming and difficult to repay. This can happen for a variety of reasons, including high interest rates, late fees, and decreased credit scores. The consequences of the debt trap can be devastating, affecting not only your financial stability, but also your quality of life. For example, high interest rates can make it difficult to pay off your debt, and late fees can add to your debt load. A decreased credit score can also make it difficult to obtain future loans and make it more expensive to borrow money. To avoid the debt trap, it's essential to understand the root causes and take steps to avoid them. It's also important to understand that the debt trap can be caused by a variety of factors, including high interest rate loans, payday loans, and impulse purchases. Here are a few ways to avoid the debt trap. 1. Assess your financial situation. The first step in avoiding the debt trap is to assess your financial situation. This involves reviewing your income, expenses, and overall financial health. Start by creating a budget, which will help you keep track of your spending and ensure that you have enough money to make your debt payments each month. When assessing your financial situation, it's essential to be honest with yourself about your income and expenses. This means taking into account all sources of income, including your salary, any side hustles, and any investment income. It's also important to be realistic about your expenses, including rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, and entertainment. Once you have a complete picture of your income and expenses, you can determine if you have enough money to pay off your debt each month. If you don't, it's important to find ways to increase your income or reduce your expenses. This could involve taking on a side hustle, selling items you no longer need, or reducing your monthly expenses. 2. Use credit cards responsibly. Credit cards can be a convenient and easy way to borrow money, but if not used responsibly, they can also lead to the debt trap. To avoid the debt trap, it's essential to use credit cards wisely. This means paying off the balance in full each month and avoiding high interest rate cards. It's also important to avoid cash advances, which are typically associated with high interest rates and fees. If you need cash, consider using a personal loan or borrowing from a friend or family member instead. 3. Avoid unnecessary debt. One of the best ways to avoid the debt trap is to avoid unnecessary debt. This means avoiding impulse purchases and living within your means. If you need to buy something, consider saving for it instead of using credit. This will help you avoid high interest rates and late fees and improve your financial health. It's also important to avoid payday loans and high interest rate personal loans. These loans are often associated with high interest rates and fees and can quickly lead to the debt trap. Instead, consider other options, such as a personal loan from a bank or credit union, or a loan from a friend or family member. 4. Prioritize debt repayment. If you're already in debt, it's important to prioritize debt repayment. This means paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first, while still making the minimum payments on your other debts. This will help you save money on interest in the long run and pay off your debt faster. To prioritize debt repayment, consider using the debt snowball method or the debt avalanche method. The debt snowball method involves paying off the debt with the smallest balance first, while still making the minimum payments on your other debts. The debt avalanche method involves paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. Both methods have their pros and cons, and you should choose the one that works best for you. 5. Create an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a savings account that you can use to cover unexpected expenses, such as car repairs or medical bills. Having an emergency fund can help you avoid taking on additional debt and prevent you from falling into the debt trap. Emergency fund. Start by setting a goal and saving a set amount each month. Aim to save enough to cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This will give you a cushion in case of an emergency and help you avoid the debt trap. It's also important to avoid dipping into your emergency fund for non-emergency expenses. This will help you maintain your financial stability and keep your emergency fund intact for when you really need it. 6. Avoid impulse purchases. Impulse purchases are one of the biggest culprits when it comes to debt. To avoid impulse purchases, make a list of what you need before you go shopping. Stick to your list and avoid buying anything that's not on it. And if you're still tempted, wait a day or two before making the purchase. You'll be surprised at how often the urge to buy something fades away. 7. Get a side hustle. A side hustle is a great way to earn extra money and avoid debt. Whether it's freelancing, selling items on Etsy, or driving for Uber, there are plenty of opportunities out there. Just make sure you're using your side hustle to pay off debt or add to your savings, not to finance more spending. 8. Use cashback rewards. If you must use a credit card, look for one that offers cashback rewards. This way, you'll earn money back on the purchases you make. Just make sure you're still paying off your balance in full each month to avoid interest charges. 9. Get a grip on your spending. If you're having trouble avoiding debt, it's time to take a hard look at your spending habits. Keep track of every penny you spend for a month to get an accurate picture of your spending. Then, identify areas where you can cut back, such as eating out less or buying generic brands instead of name brands. Every little bit helps. In conclusion, avoiding the debt trap requires a combination of smart financial habits and a willingness to make changes. By assessing your financial situation, using credit cards responsibly, avoiding unnecessary debt, prioritizing debt repayment, and creating an emergency fund, you can achieve financial freedom and avoid the debt trap. Start taking control of your finances today and take the first step towards a debt-free future.